recording now. Thank you, whoever reminded to record. Okay, so we were talking about the launch of Canada, the window of opportunity right now, and this is the first of a series of calls that we really wanted to do for you and for your teams to help everyone maximize their success as we launch our country. So we're hearing it's towards the end of June on the outside that we'll actually be shipping from Canada. And, you know, there is time that has to take place because there's manufacturing that has to happen for our Canadian market. We're getting the international formula, which is going to be awesome. And we also have to have those labels that are in compliance with Canada. Health Canada has approved us. So that is really great news. So anybody taking a look at this business right now, they're coming into it a great time because we have such a solid business that's in place. We're doing over $10 million a month in sales. And we're a publicly traded company, as most of you know, so we can legally tell people that because that has been out in the public domain. That was on one of the quarterly earnings that they actually posted. We were over 10.4 million in sales for the month. So, and I believe that was the month of March. But anything that's in the public domain, we can share with people. Anything that isn't, obviously we can't because we're a publicly traded company. So that is something that I feel very confident sharing with people to say, look, hey, Jill, I thought of you. Look, we're in the process of getting ready to open Canada. We're in a pre-launch phase. But the coolest thing about this company is that we're among the fastest growing in the direct selling industry, in the online business industry, within, you know, multi-level marketing or direct selling is what I really prefer to use. And you know, but we're behaving like a very experienced company because our whole infrastructure is in place. So, you know, we've spent a year and a half doing all of this and now Canada's ready to launch. How cool is that? So now you're able to take a look at a company that's acting as a very mature company, and yet we're still in startup phase. So the opportunity is enormous for Canadians who are looking at something, who are entrepreneurial. And I thought of you because I thought you may want to take a look at this and as a friend, give you first right of refusal. I'm just reaching out to, you know, some of my friends to give them an exclusive invitation to take a look at this. And when you do that, you're doing a couple of things. Firstly, you're giving them the confidence and it's your posture that this company is, you know, a company that's already got its act together, that's already doing over 10 million a month, which is extraordinary. And, you know, this is a company that a lot of the kinks have been worked out. Are we perfect? Absolutely not, because we're a year and a half old, but we're pretty close to being spectacular, right? So that's the kind of thing that we want to do. See, you've got your customers and you've got your promoters, and your promoters can be some of your best customers and your customers can turn into promoters. But for the purpose of pre-launch, what I really want everyone to do is to start thinking about who you want as your business partners. Who do you want to lock arms with? Because that, as Natalie and I were talking about this earlier and saying, you know, what a huge opportunity, because we have this one chance to be in pre-launch and we're in it now. And some of the things that we were hearing, or some of the comments that I'm hearing, is some people want to wait until it's open. And that's absolutely fine. If you want to wait, if some people want to wait till all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, that's fine. But here's the reality. If somebody is joining our company now and they get in now, it's going to take 7 days anyway to get your product. In some parts of Canada, maybe it's going to take a little bit more than that. It's going to take some time for you to get used to your back office when you get your products. And I'm a firm believer, if people can afford it, when we're in the stage of opening up a country, if they can afford it and they want to build their business in a big way, we should be really directing them towards that 500 pack, because they get more samples. They'll be able to get product that they can sell to their friends. They can get product that they can use themselves and have in their hands to really catapult their success. There's also the 250 pack as well, and these are only available when people enroll in the business. So they've got that pack as well. It's going to be a lesser amount of inventory for opening up a country, but it's still better than nothing. It's still better than buying dose, for instance, a personal consumption pack. So you want to start them thinking at the time and have that conversation with them. Where do you want to go with this business? Do you want to grow slowly or quickly? Can you please mute yourself? Sorry, guys, I thought I had muted everyone. Can you please mute if you're not muted? We're just hearing some noise coming through. Can people mute themselves, please? If I can mute everyone here. Thanks. Appreciate that. Okay. So we're just talking about now, and for the purposes of this, really approaching business people. And there are a few ways that we can do it. It's our job to sort of guide and direct them to some of the materials, get them on three-way calls. And if you want to build your business super quickly, and I have had success with this in my former company, building this really quickly. And here's how you can do it. You can really take a look at your top 4 to 5 people. And no more than that you're going to invite on an exclusive call. And you arrange with your upline and say, or whoever it is that you choose, to say, look, I'd like you to do a call for me on this date, Tuesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock. And if you could do a call for 10 minutes or so, just giving a brief overview of the company, of the success of the company, of the success that you've had and what this is all about, and then leave some time afterwards where we can allocate some one-on-one calls for people. And when you do that, you can build a company and a country very, very quickly, especially as you're in that initial enrollment, like pre-launch phase. Fine. Can you hear okay? Someone's doing something. Nat, can you hear it? I'll unmute you. You're unmuted now, Nat.
I can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Sorry. No, what happened, we couldn't hear you, but the call-in user, number 2, and one of the first people here got so much noise, it was like blacking you out, so.
Can you hear okay?
No.
Can anyone hear, can people hear?
I can hear now.
Could you not hear before?
No, you had completely stopped.
So I was pontificating.
Carol,
It says that it's a call-in user 2,
Yeah,
and that seems to be where all the noise is coming
that's
from.
where the noise is coming from. Sounds like they're driving or something,
Let's see.
but you can mute us all again?
I can.
Okay. Perfect.
Carol, it's Catherine. I could hear you just fine
You could, hey? Okay.
the whole time. Yeah.
Would you guys like me just to give a brief overview again? I want to be cognizant of your time.
Like I missed the last maybe 30 seconds, so it's not a big
Okay.
deal.
Okay, let me go over that.
Great. Natalie and I are here and we just joined. We just had a meeting. Hello, hello.
Okay, so welcome everybody.
So please love the over.
Okay. Just for those of you who are here, and can you give me the thumbs up if you can hear me okay? Yay, we are all on the same page. That's awesome. I love all the thumbs up. Okay, so what we were talking about is during this period, we're really going to be focusing on creating our leadership teams within our business. And now is the time that we've got something super special, and it's called pre-launch. And we don't know the exact launch date, but we have pretty much a window because the company has to manufacture product. They have to create the labels with everything that Health Canada has said is approved in the products, and they're doing that. And then they'll ship it to Canada, and then from there we'll ship out. So our horrific shipping prices will be a thing of yesterday. and we will be able to function, relatively normally in our business, which is awesome. So, let's make this all about the promoters. And what I was going to say is, if you want to build this quickly, and everybody has the opportunity to build this, and you can do tranches or groups of 4 to 5 people on a single call, and a really great way to build your business quickly and with a level of exclusivity is to say to your friends, hey, listen, Jack, I thought of you. I know that you're an entrepreneurial guy. You're always looking for a great opportunity. I have one, and this thing's pretty special. I'm doing an exclusive call. It's about a 10-minute call just to do an overview on this on Tuesday night and Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Are you interested in that? Yeah, I am. Which one would you like to come in on? Because I can only have tops 5 people. I'm going to be on with a top leader. And then afterwards, we want to make sure that we allocate some one-on-one time if you want some time to ask more specific questions. So if you are the leader doing these, or if someone in your upline is doing these, you allocate 1 full hour to that where nothing else is booked in your evening. And then you can have 5 people and have them on an exclusive call afterwards for 10 minutes each. So it's all about giving private attention to those people. And we're talking about people who within your world are interested in a business. And there's always that caveat. Look, Jack, this may or may not be for you. I don't know. But the cool thing about this is it's a startup, but it's not a startup whatsoever. It's a startup because we're just launching in Canada, but it has over a 1.5 year history behind it, and we're doing over $10 million a month in sales. So this thing's exploding. It's exploded in the US. We know the same is coming to Canada. The products are exceptional. Are you interested in being on? So if we do that within our teams and create huge momentum, you watch what happens to your business. You're giving some nice exclusive time. You can do that kind of thing in person too. You can do pre-launch coffee meetings if you like. You can do them in person in your home and have people come in. But you can also do it extremely effectively on the phone with one of your top leaders. And your job is only to edify that top leader and then just sit back and then don't do anything. So it'll be typically about a 10-minute call, maybe a 12-minute call, and it's not getting into every one of the ingredients of the products. You can send that out to people. This is all about building your leadership team and getting people in place. And I know I see that Mike weighed in saying absolutely 500 packs are the way to go. When I totally 100% agree with Mike, when you are opening countries, you want to make sure that you're setting people up for success, right? That we're putting proper levels of inventory in people's hands. And that means samples, personal use, and product to sell. Because the reality in Canada, and I see this coming up in my own business all the time, and I experience it, I have very few customers in Canada who buy from me online. I had someone who just said, Carol, can you send me 4 from your stock? I buy my inventory and under a customer, and then I ship it out to people, and I charge them for that, and they e-transfer it to me. Because somebody wanting a single jar of coffee is not going to be pretty happy about paying the same amount in shipping as they're paying for their product in today's world. So let's just solve for X, take that away, and let's, during this final month, just order in bulk and then sell to them from your own inventory. And when you order in bulk, order under a customer. So you're gaining commission on that order, and that's enabling you to sell it to people at a reasonable price. And I know, Jim, you're doing that too. You were mentioning that. I do it. I think many of us on this call do it. There are some other people on this call who are still really bummed out about that price point. And I will just say I share that. I share your sentiments, but let's get over it, because it is what it is, and we're not going to do anything about it. So just solve for X. That's what the pros do. They just they find the solutions around things. They don't harbor the issues and the things they can't control. Let's worry about the stuff we can control right now, because this month of June is so key to all of us for setting up our business. And every single person on this call has a huge opportunity in front of them, because you are in the right place at the right time. The position you have in the company is enormous because you saw something that wasn't before it was, and the opportunity that we have is really, really big. We know this is going to be huge in Canada. We know the price points are good for the value of the product that we have. So there's nothing stopping us from really taking off with this. So I have some other ideas too that Natalie and I were talking about, but I want to turn it over to you now because I've done enough talking, and I want you to weigh in just with some of the ideas that we were talking about as well. And we will open this up for anybody else because we want this to be an interactive kind of session as we get things moving towards the end of June. And Canadian promoters right now, we can, in Ontario, BC addresses, we can enroll for $49 US. And that's fantastic because it will go, and I'm just waiting for confirmation from Keith Halls on this, but in the US it's $99 for enrollment. So we've got a little window of opportunity where we can say to our friends, this is just $49 to enrollment, and we expect that it's going to be going up to the same price as it is in the US. So you have an opportunity to get in at a lesser price right now. So we want to create exclusivity, we want to create value, and we want to set people up for success so that they are up and ready to go as soon as we launch. They're not having to wait for their product to arrive. They're not having to wait to understand what the back office is or what the new comp plan is. They're not having to wait to understand who their upline is. They'll have been introduced to that. So we're really offering people the opportunity to get such a jump on their business that pros take advantage of this. They really do. So Nat, I'm going to put it over to you if you'd like.
So yeah, the same thing as Carol was saying, if you have people that you've done business with before, like if you've got people that you've done multi-level marketing with and people that that was really, really successful, put them in a list and start going down them. And again, like I'm there, Carol's there, I'm sure Mike, you know what I mean? Get in contact with one of us and we can talk to them. We can do a 3-way call. And again, like Carol was saying, 4 or 5 of us in a group. I myself have access to my Zoom myself. Carol's got her Zoom. Mike and Cassandra's got their Zoom. Anyway, if you feel that's what you want, that's what we would, we can. And again, with the $49, that's huge right now. Like, we don't know how long that $49 will last. We're hoping it's going to be for, the first couple of months that Canada opens. Maybe they'll give us a break or something. But again, we don't know. They might just spring upon us and say, okay, it's now $99, so it's a good time to get in. Also for contests, we were talking about contests a while ago or this morning. I know I do a lot of contests for a dose or like a chocolate bait with customers and everything, and it works. I won't say it doesn't work or anything like that. But I mean, maybe we can do a contest towards something else. So if you guys have any ideas, so this is not just, it's not only myself and Carol here. So we're going to pass it on to you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, whatever you would think to get it going anyway. You want to open up the lines, Carol?
Yes, let me open up the lines to people. And if you're not speaking, just go to the upper right and just mute yourself if you're not speaking. Only manage, unmute. So I'll unmute everybody, but please mute yourselves if you're not wanting to speak.
Natalie, can you explain more about the contest idea? What kind of contest?
See, I've done a lot of contests with customers. Because a lot of, especially whenever you're trying to get people in here, but right now it's mostly for promoters, not to pay for them to come in, but whoever, like, I don't know, like say, have a contest. Okay, so for the amount of people that have joined as a promoter, have a contest for them. Like maybe a dose, maybe a chocolate bait dose, maybe some samples. I don't know. Just something to intrigue them. because I know we are not allowed to pay for their $49. We're not allowed. That is, it's a no-no.
Now, can I speak to that?
Mhm.
Yeah, as part of our policies and procedures, if you go under it under sponsorship, and that's all in your back office, and we can share that with you. If people wouldn't mind muting themselves if they're not speaking, that would be awesome. Thanks. Just in your upper right corner. As part of your policies and procedures, you cannot actually pay for somebody to come into the business or entice them. So that's what Nat and I were talking about. You can't actually do a contest that's going to entice somebody. Like if you join, I'll give you a free dose, because that's shown as enticing. But it doesn't mean that you can't do a contest within, you know, your group to say whoever gets, you know, every customer you get on dose will put your name in for a draw. That kind of thing you could totally do within your group and create some sort of fun contests and hype, or whoever brings in a promoter, I'm going to do a draw for $250 for them. Their name goes in for a draw. For each promoter you bring in, you get one chit, that sort of thing. You can do things like that, but you just can't do anything at the time of their promotion to entice them to come in with free products or whatever it happens to be. So it's just as part of our policies and procedures. It's pretty standard within the industry, actually. Mm-hmm. I know that for the people who were in Dallas, I know it was discussed and talked about with the Canadian. Can everyone mute themselves, please, if you're not speaking?
Hopefully.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute everyone again. I don't know why this is difficult.
Call back.
Okay, can you hear me okay? Thumbs up? Yeah, so one of the other things too that was coming out is that we are going to be launching, we are going to be selling in Canadian dollars. We are going to be paid in Canadian dollars. I know some of you very much have wanted that, to be able to be very transparent to your customers and have a Canadian price out to people. And in fact, we're hearing that's going to be the case. We're hearing shipping is going to be approximately $10. And that's pretty standard as well with courier shipping. So that's definitely in line of what, you know, the industry is and shipping standards. So we're going to be operating at a high level. I guess the big advantage is that we're not going to have this big albatross of the $39.95 over our heads for shipping, and that it's going to get to people a lot more quickly. So it will be lovely to be open in Canada for certain. And it's nice that now we have light at the end of the tunnel. We know that we've been approved by Health Canada and that this is going to be a go. So what we can do during this time is do the things that we can control and get with your uplines. Let them know what it is that you want to do. This is going to be a huge time for teamwork and to make sure that we really, really take advantage of this period of time to bring on our friends and maybe there were colleagues from former companies who are looking for something right now. Maybe they're industry experts who just are looking for their next best thing. But we've got the solution to that. It doesn't mean we're going to stop talking to our customers whatsoever. They're the lifeblood of our business, but we'll never get this time again to go full force into our pre-launch period. And that's a time when networkers and experienced networkers absolutely love it because they can get a jump on the market. So I'm going to open it up to unmute everybody. If you're not speaking, please just mute yourself. But if anyone has any questions before we sign off, because we just wanted to set the stage with this initial one. And if you guys think it would be valuable, what Nat and I were talking about is doing these like maybe once a week, or as time dictates, just as we're getting more information and we're hearing things, we can disseminate that. And plus we can share ideas about what's working for us and to hopefully give all of us a level of success, because we're here. It doesn't matter which team you're on. We just want to see everybody succeed in the Canadian market. We know we have a huge opportunity in front of us. We're all in the right place at the right time. We want to help you reach the level of success you want to reach. So I'm going to unmute.
I'm going to say something. If you have any customers that have been with you for quite some while, this is where you, like, they're intrigued already. They're already taking it and everything. I mean, myself, I've got 9 customers turn into promoters, and they've always went with the bigger kit because they've seen, you know, they've seen the value right there. So if you have people in your line already, like your customers, it's time to talk to them.
Thanks, Nat. And you are the customer queen. You and many of your team members. I know you guys are rocking it out, and you're going the extra distance for sure. And many customers do become promoters. I have those in my organization as well. So it's a great time to have that conversation with them. And just a casual conversation, just, you know, we can help you with your verbiage. If anyone's struggling with that, if you're relatively new to the business, we can help with that. And it's really just a normal conversation, like, say, and, you know, I know you're really enjoying these products and you've already brought some friends to me. Would you be interested in also being a promoter like I am, because you're doing it anyway? Why wouldn't you want to get paid for that? It's a ton of fun. It's an amazing community. And right now it's only $49. Plus you can get your product at a premium price. Is that something that interests you? You know, it doesn't have to be really difficult whatsoever. And the good news is we're Canadians, right? So we're super nice to each other. And we are almost too nice to each other sometimes, but we are really super nice to each other, and we know how to talk to people and have those basic conversations. And for those of you who are struggling with it, please, please, please reach out to your upline. We can help you with your verbiage. We were all new at one time. These are some learned skills. They're not difficult, but you just have to be shown once or twice. Like Jan, you have the mute button or the video button. You just and then you got it, right?
Can I ask a question, Carol? Is there any, are there any special things that the company will do to help us in the opening? Is there anything that they do to add to the pizzazz or anything, or is it just we're open? Like,
I haven't heard of from a marketing perspective. I know we've got a really fabulous, dynamic international marketer, so I'm expecting we're going to see a big announcement, and I'm also expecting that we're going to see some great things from, you know, we're a public company. We're going to get some noise with respect to that because it's a big deal, the Canadian market. So I'm not sure what they have planned corporately, but over these next days and weeks, we're going to get a better glimpse into that and start to see what it is they have available for us. It's a good question, John. Anything else? Okay, if you guys think that there's value in doing these once a week and connecting with each other and just tapping in, that's great. If you guys want to go further, faster, and take this opportunity and run with it, get with your uplines and we'll help you put together a strategy so that we can really, really blow this thing up and get out of the gates quickly. So we can have our leadership team in place before we open full on in Canada so that we have them trained, we've got product in their hand, and we have them already reaching out to people. Okay. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for hanging in there and jumping on. We had a great group, which is fantastic. We'll post the next one, and please do bring your comments. Do you guys think there would be value in creating a Facebook page? I know we have a chat group. I just find a lot of things get lost in chat groups sometimes, and they're not always easy to go back on. Would it be more valuable to create a Canadian Pre-Launch Facebook page for all of us?
I would think so, especially with the verbiage and everything.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll do that right now, and
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Okay, we'll make sure that everybody is on it, or just find it and ask to be invited to it, because we'll make it a closed group.
Yeah.
So we can keep all of our secrets in there. Okay, everyone, have a great evening. Super nice
Thank
seeing
you,
you all.
Carol.
Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedules, and we will be in touch.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Carol.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.